Thank you so much, President Roth, for that. As President Roth mentioned, Rosa DeLauro is the representative for this district, and she's also the representative for my hometown of New Haven, Connecticut. She is a ferocious supporter of women's rights and reproductive health care in general in this country. She wasn't able to be here today because she has a full plate of events, but she sent us this statement, which I'm going to read now. Planned Parenthood cares for more than 3 million American men and women every year, including over 62,000 men and women in Connecticut. And for many, this is the only way that they can afford care. The vital preventative care and family planning services supported by Title X save money and save lives. For every dollar invested in Title X, taxpayers save just under $4. But under the guise of budget cutting, the new majority is launching an assault on Title X and endangering women's health. This legislation is not about federal funding for abortion. Federal funds, including Title X, are already banned from going towards abortion services under the Hyde Amendment. Rather, much like the repeal of healthcare reform, this is part of a Republican agenda to force women back into traditional roles with limited opportunities. They are taking us back to a day when family planning was not a given opportunity for women. And instead of making it harder for women to get healthcare, we should be standing up for these vital services. Thank you, Rosa. And next we're going to hear from an amazing woman who has dedicated her life to Planned Parenthood in Connecticut, Judy Tabar, President and CEO.
To be here with all of you today in light of everything that's going on, and to look out and think that you are the face of the reproductive justice movement for the future. Yeah. Woo! Woo-hoo! So I want to thank the students who organized this today. It was a sprint. They did it really quickly, and they did a phenomenal job. I want to thank Senator Blumenthal and our National President Cecile Richards for being here. And also the students of Wesleyan for being our hosts. So first of all, I want to ask a favor of you. If you have ever been to Planned Parenthood, or you know someone who's come to Planned Parenthood for health care services, raise your hand. Wow. I'm not surprised. 1 in 5 American women have been to Planned Parenthood at some time in their life. And what you might be surprised to know is that there's an increasing number of men who also come to Planned Parenthood. In fact, in Connecticut, 9% of our patients are men. So go men! That's the amazing reach of our services, both in Connecticut, in Rhode Island, and across the country, and even across the world. It's also a sign of the trust that you have in our work. You trust that when you come to Planned Parenthood, you can ask honest questions and you'll get an honest answer, and you won't be judged. Instead, you'll get the information and the care that you need. We take your trust seriously, and that's why we provide comprehensive, compassionate care to everyone, regardless of your ability to pay. Every day, Planned Parenthood does more than any other organization across this country to prevent unintended pregnancy. We have a huge impact on women and families. To be targeted by this outrageous legislation currently under consideration in Congress is radically out of step with American mainstream values. And it's out of line with what voters want Congress to focus on, which is really the economy and jobs. Make no mistake, this dangerous legislation will have a disastrous effect on women and families. Let me give you an idea of the effect it will have here locally in Connecticut. We serve 63,000 patients in Connecticut, and most of them come to us, 90% for primary and preventive care. So this includes, this past year, we actually did screenings for breast and cervical cancer for 35,000 people. And we provided over 100,000 STI, sexually transmitted infection, and HIV tests. That's a lot of prevention. And a third of our patients come to us with Medicaid as their form of insurance. This legislation would block them from being able to come to us. That's over 20,000 people who couldn't come to us with Medicaid. We have wonderful allies in Congress, just amazing allies who are willing to stand with us during this very dark time. It is such a great honor to be able to speak to you today and stand next to our most wonderful Senator, Richard Blumenthal. He is truly a champion for women's health. He has been a champion in his early days as a senator and a champion for years and years as our Attorney General. And we know that he is going to stand with us and he is going to be our most fierce ally to fight back this dangerous legislation in the Senate. We're also grateful to Rosa DeLauro, who last week spoke passionately on the floor of the House in support of Planned Parenthood, and our representatives, Joe Courtney, Chris Murphy, who signed on to a letter, congressional letter, and as you've heard, our amazing Governor Dannel Malloy and Nancy Wyman, our Lieutenant Governor, who wrote a letter to Speaker Boehner supporting Planned Parenthood and denouncing this dangerous legislation. We have a pretty terrific group of people. So thank you again for being here today. We are an incredible force together. I feel the incredible energy in this room, so let's take that energy and go out and place calls to our legislators. Let's write letters to the editor. Let's sign the petition, I Stand with Planned Parenthood, and tell all your friends to sign the petition as well. Together, we can stop this. So let's do it. Thank you.